Kretcher. Hey, how about this? How about this? How about the men's 200 at the end of the meet? Wind aided, but still, Kenny B gets it done. 1965. Kerley got his sub 20, but unfortunately, again, wind was outside the allowable limit. 1977. Stephen Gardner in third with 20.11. Gordon.
So Kenny B has been running extremely well. I mean, you take obviously he got second behind Andre DeGrasse, and we did a whole segment about Andre DeGrasse being the best male sprinter, the 100, 200 combined. But Kenny B now winning this race in another 19.6. He's run 19 6 and 5s. Like he's run a bunch of 19 points this season.
Yeah.
My question for you is, before the Olympics, I ranked him as number 1 in the world. You kind of see where I was coming from now? I mean,
we're going back to this.
I was in on the Kenny B train before everyone else. Obviously, it ended up being the Andre DeGrasse train I should have been on because he's the one who ended up winning. But Kenny B, low key, who'd you take in a race right now between Kenny B and Noah Lyles?
We're gonna relitigate this again. I already apologized to the men's 200 meter field for getting it so wrong. And speaking of Kenny B train, only one of us went with Lincoln to Ottumwa, Iowa, and Indian Hills Community College to film a workout with Kenny B back when he was in JUCO. You're right, though. Hey, look at these. I mean, this is this year. 1965 wind aided, 19.9, 19.9, 19.8, 19.9, 19.78, 19.99, 19.83, 19.68 at pre. At the Olympics, 1980 at pre, and then now another 19.6. Right now, who would I take? I mean, this is so complicated because I thought one thing and then the complete opposite happened. And then Lyles did the U-turn and now he's back running all-time marks. So if I say Lyles, you're going to be like, oh, you're just stubborn. You're back on your point again. And if I say Kenny B, you're going to say, hey, well, really? You're betting against a guy who's run 19.5 again? I can't win with this men's 200. They're both really
Travis,
good.
make it show multiple results. So change the filter so it shows more than one per person. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Let's see how many Kenny B's we see in this top list. Look at that. So it goes Lyles, DeGrasse, Kenny B, DeGrasse, Lyles, Fred Kerley, then Kenny B. There's a lot of Kenny B's. I don't know about you. Mm-hmm. I see, 5 in the top 11?
Yeah, and a couple of them are wind aided, but who cares? He's getting wins. He's getting wins throughout the year. He's running solid performances. Yeah, his 2019 was wild. Remember, he made Worlds, not making the final at USA's because not enough people had the standard. And he was having all sorts of weird problems with his start. He was having trouble responding to the gun. He got banged up, went to Doha, didn't make it through the final. But he's always been this good. Going back to that 2019 season, that was the year when he had one of the greatest, and I keep track, one of the greatest wind-aided marks in history, when he ran a 1949 with a plus 6.1 at the JUCO championships. It's one of my favorite all-time wind marks. 19.49 at JUCO with a plus 6.1. And it was in Hobbs, New Mexico, so it was at altitude. So he had the altitude wind-aided double effect there. And yeah, I would just go consistency. I would go Kenny B if you want an answer from me. How's that for a long way to an easy answer?
There you go. I think it is safe to say, though, the DeGrasse, Lyles, and Kenny B are the heavy top 3 medal favorites. I mean, they were top 3 in the Olympics, but now, based on the whole resume, it's going to be hard to argue a newcomer to that top 3 in 2022 until I see something else. Yeah.
You talking about Knighton, Lyles, and Bednarek?
No, DeGrasse, Bednarek, and Lyles. I'm talking about at World Championships.
I thought you were talking about, yeah, but Knighton. I mean, who's got the most room to grow? Who's got the most room to grow? It's the kid who's 17.
So Knighton, Fonbula, in Florida, and Terrence Laird. He was running well in the beginning of the year. So yeah, some other guys.
DeGrasse is now the vet of the group, and Lyles is the guy who's almost approaching vet status in his prime. And then you have Bednarek, who's not that much not that much younger than Lyles, but has been around less. So you'd think, all right, he has a little more a little more room to grow just based on reps. And then you got Knighton, who's 17 years old. This will be a fun one. But I think that's a good
Yeah.
question to ask. I think it's a fair question to ask. I don't know how to deal with all these back and forths in this event. There's just all sorts of interesting twists and turns. And if they all lined up and we redid the 200 right now from the Olympics, you could have strong arguments for all three of those guys who got medals. You're going to pick against DeGrasse now after what he did in the 100? I don't know. Bednarek's been so steady, and then Lyles looked like old Lyles. So this was fun. This is a fun race today. Kerley, almost joined that sub 10, sub 20, sub 44 group, but not for the wind. Do you want to play the wind calculator game, Gordon, and then say that he's actually in the group? That seems like something that.
Well, he's run sub 20. He's a 19.9 PB.
No, he's not. Not wind legal. No.
I think that's wind legal.
No,
yeah,
he doesn't run.
He did that in the trials.
Did I? 100%. Did I have?
We were just looking for like a 19.8 from him or like a 19.7.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Was like his big like, all right, because this 1977 is good. It's probably like equivalent to a 1989 maybe or something like that. So he's getting there. But once Fred Kerley finds a way to get into the 19.7 win legal 19.6 range, then we have not a problem, but we have a good problem with too many guys who are too good for each other, right? Where fourth place at Worlds is going to be pretty damn fast.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. I don't know why I did not remember that. Too much track. 1990 in Eugene when he got fourth at the trial. So he's already in that club. He's already in the sub 10, sub 20, sub 44 club. But